toast to their career.
The perfect combination, boy.
Him hard, legends in the South.
This is sports fans' only home for the hottest sports show around. These guys are on fire.
You're now listening to KJ and Sean Mack. Now let's talk some damn sports.
Thanks for tuning in, sports fans only. C. Anthony back with another video on deck. Former retired super middleweight champion Andre Ward chimes in on this upcoming fight between Usyk and AJ. Ward seems to think that AJ is definitely going to win this fight. He thinks it's going to be a very ugly fight. So he thinks it's going to be rough, tough, but AJ will find a way to get this done. Coming up September 25th, so we're about 6 days away. Ward is impressed with the movement of Usyk. He thinks that Usyk has speed, great boxing ability, and he thinks he's going to be a soldier. He's going to come to fight AJ. He's not going to lay down. He doesn't know how to lose. He does have an O, so it's not going to be easy to take that. But he feels that AJ is a little bit too big and too strong, and I kind of agree. I feel that way also. I made a couple of videos already about the situation. So at the end of the day, he thinks he's really going to find a way to get it done. He feels Usyk may be able to take some advantages of the mistakes that AJ makes. AJ does have flaws like any boxer. They all have flaws. A couple of AJ's is that he doesn't have like a really great trainer, like a high A-level trainer that's 100% dedicated to him and only him, and keeping him focused on each fight and each task and the chores that it takes to become great. Some things you have to be in training. You have to train over and over and over. It has to just become beaten in your head like with a dog. And with McCracken, that's one of the flaws with AJ. He doesn't have that trainer. Also, one of his flaws would be he likes to load up on those big shots. He doesn't time those big shots right. So Usyk will be able to get some countering on against him. But even with the flaws, Andre definitely thinks that Usyk, he's going to fight, but he doesn't think he's going to have enough power to deal with him. Usyk will, my thoughts would be that Usyk is going to be on fire early. He's definitely going to be on fire. He's going to come at AJ and try to take a little bit of AJ's confidence, show AJ that he's not scared of him being a bigger man, that he's there to bring the fight. He's there to punch you in the mouth. So, he just, close to this fight comes, he just doesn't bring enough power to the heavyweight division, in my opinion. I don't want to sound crazy if AJ loses, but that's just the way I'm feeling right now. I think that AJ, he's real good, he's real polished, so it's going to take a couple rounds for him to get warmed up. He might lose a couple rounds. I would say he shouldn't, don't worry if you get behind on the scorecards. Stay focused with the plan. Keep on moving with your plan. And I think everything will fall into place. He needs to find a comfortable distance because Usyk's going to be slipping punches. He's going to be looking to counter. So I think that AJ, he should just cut off the ring, take advantage of his massive size advantage, give Usyk a lot of light touches, touch, double jab, triple jab. I would say he doesn't need to be loading up those big shots from the center of the ring. That advantage right there, advantage Usyk. Usyk's going to be able to slip. He's going to be able to roll. He's going to be able to parry. He's going to be right there to be able to take advantage of maybe the speed advantage that he has in the middle of the ring. I think that AJ, first of all, I say, AJ, let me holler at you. Don't load up in the middle of the ring with those big punches. That's going to be, you're going to fall behind on the scorecards like that. You need to touch, keep that movement going, double, triple jab. As the fight progresses, Usyk will probably start to tire. He'll probably tire, and he start to feel a bit smothered from your presence. So I would say, fight at a good distance. Don't try to load up the big shots. Take him cut off the ring, get him to the ropes, and then let those big power shots go. Usyk won't be able to handle those power shots. He's going to have to hold. His clinch game is going to have to be on point. He's not going to be able to just sit on the ropes, roll those punches, and return fire. So that's the advantage of AJ. Taking this fight to the ropes in the middle of the ring is a no-go. I would say, counter, jab, set it up, read him. Usyk's going to be a live wire. So I think I might have mentioned, don't be overzealous. Take your time, let the fight come to you. Sort of like in the second Andy fight. You didn't you moved around, you moved well, but at certain points, little pinpoints, you countered him, you closed off the ring, and you also took advantage of your size and his disadvantage. He was fast, but he got tired. You turned it up a little bit. So I would say that's some things I wanted to say with AJ. This fight right here, I'm thinking that AJ, he's looking at the training film. He's looking great. He's doing a lot of left-handed sparring with only the left hand, which I think is great. Not something I would think about, but that tells me he's going to be very, very active with that jab. And he's probably looking for a kill shot, uppercut on Usyk, which he's been working on, which looks real great. And I'm feeling like AJ has everything to win in this fight, nothing to lose. He has the most to lose and to win. Usyk, he's here. If he wins, I will say, if Usyk wins, it's like a slap in to Klitschko. Klitschko doesn't seem too fond of Usyk. I think that Klitschko wants to be the man, the countryman. I don't see him really giving Usyk the confidence, the things that you want to hear from somebody that's older and you like a protege, not a protege, but somebody coming up, same sport, same country, and things like that. So Usyk, either way I go, he doesn't lose regardless. He took on AJ, win or lose. It's only going to get better for him, bigger stepping stone. He's new to the heavyweight division, coming up from the cruiserweights. I think I mentioned before, he did the Evander Holyfield, crushed everybody at the cruiserweight division. But for AJ, in a loss, okay, first of all, what do we know? AJ wins this fight. I'm going to just go out and say it. 3 weeks, we 20 days away from the Fury and from Fury and Wilder. I'm going right now. I think Wilder gonna get smoked, and I think AJ needs to smoke Usyk. That's when we get the fight we want, battle with the British. Two of the supreme heavyweights, I'm about to say welterweight, two of the supreme heavyweights. And it's great for boxing, but especially for the UK fans. So a loss would be devastating to AJ. I don't see AJ like getting a loss to Usyk and then climbing back to get Fury. He says he wants nothing more in the world than to fight Fury, even more than Wilder. So I'm going to say that I'm kind of going to move on a little bit. So I like to chime in on what Andre Ward had to say. He definitely thinks it's going to be a nice, ugly, rough, and tough fight. He's going with AJ. I'm going with AJ. Now we're going to move on to Deontay Wilder coming up next. I think it's on October 9th, so that's 20 days away. I'm going to put it right here. Looking around, I can't find much film of Deontay Wilder. For Deontay Wilder to get in the ring with Fury, he's going to... all I've been seeing with him and Malik Scott is a lot of pad work. Pad work is great. A lot of people in the past, I would say... they see the back. Shout out to YB because you know where this is coming from. But on the early end of Floyd Mayweather's career, it wasn't the flashy internet stuff. He wasn't hitting the mitts. He was really grinding, like running like miles every day, sleep, training not 2 a days, but 3 a day. So, a lot of these boxers now, I'll say like Deontay Wilder, they look at the hand mitts part as like a way to excel in boxing. That's not really how it gets done. It gets done in the gym. That's flash. That's things that's going to help you with your timing, help you with speed, reflexes, things like that. I haven't seen Wilder actually sparring somebody, which is big trouble. I think, like I said, 2-3 weeks away. Fury has been sparring. He's been getting his ass kicked. Not a good thing, but it's much better than Wilder. He's got touched up by Jared Anderson. I think he got touched up by Effie too. Seen pictures, bruised up, looked like he already fight Wilder. I think that's going to be an advantage Fury because he's getting that tough grinding now, getting hit. Wilder, in that fight, when he got hit, he went into a shield, high guard, earmuffs. Tyson always said everybody has a plan to get punched in the mouth. The things Deontay is doing now does not translate to being ready for battle. Looks real good, like a show, but I would say Malik Scott, he's transformed him, made him a little bit quicker, a little bit more combinations. He looks great on the pads, but at the end of the day, I think Wilder should be in right now, sparring everybody. Maybe Andy Ruiz, that would be good work for him. That would be somebody who definitely could get him ready for Fury. Anybody in that camp, there's many heavyweights, cruiserweights that's willing to go with Wilder, but I'm starting to think that Wilder doesn't want anybody to see, scratch that. Not Wilder. I'm starting to think Malik Scott doesn't want to see, he wants to wait till fight night to see his polished, to see the product that he's helped to produce over the last couple months. But I think it's a big mistake, and I think it's going to show in the ring because if Fury's on the front foot like he did in the first round and Wilder's on the back foot in the first round, I think it's going to be a long, short night and painful for Deontay Wilder. So I'm going to wrap this up, leave it right there. Andre Ward chimed in. He think it's going to be a rough, tough fight for AJ. He think Usyk just doesn't bring enough to the heavyweight division. I agree. And I think that in this fight, AJ has all to lose because a loss for Usyk, he still came up. He conquered the division, and he's trying to conquer more. AJ, he lost to Andy. He bounced back. This is where we are. Him and Fury, we already lined up the fight. But this is the fight he's going to need to get to Fury. And I think Fury's going to have enough to get it done with against Wilder. So I'm going to leave it right there. 6 days away. AJ Usyk on deck, September 25th. Sports fans only, like the content, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Peace. Shouts out to the UK, United States, Russia, India. Peace.